The more you focus on your priorities, the less room there is for anything that doesn't serve your purpose. When you focus on the things that align with your passion, your life will be filled with purpose and fulfillment. Success is the result of relentless focus on what truly matters, not what others think you should do. In a world full of noise and distractions, it's easy to lose sight of what really matters. How often do you find yourself caught up in things that don't align with your true goals? What if I told you that the key to success isn't just about working harder, but about focusing on the right things at the right time? In this video, we'll explore how to cut through the distractions, prioritize what truly matters to you, and eliminate the things that hold you back. It's time to stop letting the small stuff take over and start focusing on your big dreams. Stay tuned, because what you learn here can change everything. Let's dive in. Number 1. Prioritize your goals and stop wasting time on nonsense. In this world, time is the one thing we can't get back. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, but it's how we choose to use that time that determines where we'll end up. Time doesn't wait for anyone, and it doesn't care about your excuses or distractions. It simply moves forward. So if you're going to make the most of your time, you need to prioritize your goals and stop wasting time on things that don't matter. We all get caught up in things that seem urgent, but aren't really important. We scroll through social media, check emails, and respond to messages that pull us away from what truly matters. We get distracted by what's easy and convenient, but it's the hard, purposeful work that leads to real success. And I'm here to tell you that you have the power to take control of your time and focus on what will truly move the needle in your life. To start, you need to understand what your true goals are. Without clarity on what you want, it's easy to get lost in the noise of everyday life. Take a moment to think about your long-term vision. What do you truly want to accomplish? Is it to build a successful business, to improve your health, to spend more time with your family? Whatever it is, write it down and keep it in front of you. This is your North Star. It's what you should be working towards every single day. Now, once you know what your goals are, it's time to stop wasting time on things that don't get you any closer to them. You have to become ruthless about how you spend your time. Every minute you waste is a minute you can never get back. Every hour you spend on something that doesn't align with your goals is a missed opportunity. Start by identifying your time wasters. Think about the things you do every day that take up time, but don't contribute to your long-term vision. Maybe it's spending too much time watching TV, endlessly scrolling through your phone, or having conversations that don't lead anywhere meaningful. These may not seem like huge distractions in the moment, but over time they add up. You end up losing hours, even days, doing things that don't matter, and you end up feeling stuck, wondering why you're not making the progress you want. This is where you need to make a conscious decision. You have to decide that your goals matter more than temporary distractions. You have to commit to saying no to the things that don't serve you. No more mindless scrolling. No more wasting time in unproductive meetings. No more saying yes to things that don't align with where you want to go. If it doesn't move you toward your goal, then it's time to let it go. Another important aspect of prioritizing your goals is learning how to set boundaries. This is often where people get tripped up. They feel obligated to say yes to everything, whether it's taking on additional work, helping others with their problems, or spending time in places where they don't really want to be. The truth is, you can't do everything, and you don't have to. You are the gatekeeper of your time. If you're constantly saying yes to things that drain you, you're giving away your time, and more importantly, you're giving away your energy. Setting boundaries means learning to say no when you need to. It's not always easy, and it might make some people upset, but your future self will thank you. The more you prioritize your time, the more control you'll have over your life. And when you have control, you'll be able to put your energy into what matters most. But it's not just about saying no to distractions. It's also about saying yes to the things that truly matter. When you say yes to your goals, when you say yes to actions that bring you closer to your vision, you're not just investing in your future, you're also creating the life you want to live. Success doesn't just happen by chance. It happens by design, and it happens when you take daily action toward your goals, no matter how small or big those actions are. Every action you take, every decision you make, should be in service of your greater vision. If you're not making progress on your goals, it's likely because you're spending time on things that aren't aligned with your vision, whether it's work, relationships, or daily habits. Make sure everything you do brings you one step closer to the life you want. Don't let the days pass by with empty, meaningless tasks. Take control of your time and use it to create the future you deserve. Now, I know it's easy to get distracted by the idea that you have to do everything at once. The truth is, you don't. Success is a journey, not a race. You don't need to conquer everything today, but you do need to take steps every day toward what you want. Focus on one goal at a time and give it your full attention. When you focus on one thing at a time, you'll do it better and you'll see more progress. The key here is consistency. Consistently working on what matters, day in and day out, will compound into big results over time. This is the difference between successful people and those who just drift through life. Successful people don't get distracted by the noise. They stay focused on what matters, and they make every action count. They know that time is precious, and they use it wisely. They don't waste their time on things that don't contribute to their goals. They keep their eyes on the prize, and they never lose sight of what they're working toward. It's time to stop wasting time. It's time to stop getting distracted by things that don't matter. You have goals, you have dreams, and you have the potential to make them a reality, but you'll never get there if you keep letting time slip away on nonsense. Prioritize your goals, focus on what truly matters, and make every minute count. This is your life, and you're in charge of how you spend it. Make the decision today to stop wasting time. Make the decision to focus on your goals, and watch your life begin to change. You've got this. Your future is waiting for you, but it's up to you to take action. Don't let time slip away. Focus on what really matters and make it happen. Number 2, take control of your life and ignore useless opinions. You are the author of your own life. Too many people live their lives based on what others think of them. They let others' opinions guide their decisions, dictate their actions, and limit their potential. But let me tell you something. Other people's opinions don't define who you are or who you can become. You are in charge of your life, your future, and your success. The sooner you realize this, the sooner you'll start to take control of your destiny. Every day, people around you will try to tell you what you should do, how you should live, and what you should believe. Their opinions will come at you from all angles: family, friends, coworkers, and even strangers. They might offer advice, give suggestions, or outright criticize your choices. The key here is recognizing that their opinions are just that. Opinions, and opinions are not facts. They are shaped by their own experiences, biases, and limitations, not by your truth. When you let others' opinions control your decisions, you give away your power. You start making choices based on what others expect from you, instead of what you truly want. You start living a life that's in alignment with someone else's idea of success, not your own. And that's a recipe for frustration, regret, and unhappiness. You can't live your best life if you're always looking over your shoulder, worried about what others think. You have to take back control of your life and stop letting the opinions of others steer your ship. Now, this doesn't mean you should completely shut people out or disregard advice. Wisdom from those who care about you or those who have walked the path before you can be valuable. But you must always filter that advice through your own values and goals. Does it align with what you truly want in life? Does it move you closer to the person you're working to become? If it doesn't, then it's not worth listening to. Here's the thing, you can't please everyone. It's impossible. If you try to live your life based on the approval of others, you'll end up pleasing no one, not even yourself. You can't be everything to everyone. People will have opinions about what you do, but ultimately it's your life. And in the end, only you will have to live with the consequences of your choices. So why would you let someone else's opinion take up so much space in your head? Taking control of your life means having the courage to make decisions based on your own desires, not the expectations of others. It means trusting your own judgment and standing firm in your choices, even if they don't make sense to everyone else. When you make decisions based on your own beliefs and values, you feel more confident and fulfilled. You stop second-guessing yourself and start moving forward with purpose. This doesn't mean you won't encounter resistance. In fact, when you start to take control of your life, some people may push back. They may not understand your choices, and they may criticize you for going against the grain. But here's what you need to remember. The people who criticize you are often the ones who are too afraid to take control of their own lives. They're projecting their fears and insecurities onto you. Their opinions are a reflection of their own limitations, not your potential. The truth is, if you're doing something meaningful, something that challenges the status quo or pushes you to grow, you're going to face resistance. People who don't understand or don't want to change will try to hold you back. But you can't let their fears limit your vision. You have to be willing to ignore their negative opinions and keep moving forward. Taking control of your life also means not getting caught up in the comparison game. It's easy to look at others and think, I should be where they are, or why am I not as successful as they are? But the reality is, everyone has their own journey. You don't know the struggles or sacrifices others have faced to get where they are. And even if you did, it wouldn't matter. Your journey is unique to you. And the only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Focus on your own growth, your own progress, and your own goals. Another key to taking control of your life is setting boundaries. If you want to take charge of your destiny, you need to stop allowing others to dictate your time, your energy, and your focus. When you prioritize your goals, you'll need to say no to things that don't align with them. You'll need to protect your time from distractions, people who drain your energy, and anything else that doesn't serve your vision. This will require courage, especially if you're used to being the person who says yes to everyone. But the reality is, if you don't set boundaries, you'll continue to let others take more of your time than you can afford to give. And that will prevent you from getting where you want to go. Taking control also means stepping away from toxic influences. Whether it's negative people, unproductive habits, or environments that hold you back, you have to identify what's weighing you down and let it go. You can't move forward in life if you're constantly surrounded by things or people who bring you down. Surround yourself with those who inspire you, challenge you, and support your dreams. Your environment plays a huge role in your success, so be intentional about who and what you let into your life. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the noise of the world, but you don't have to listen to everything. You don't have to take every piece of advice or worry about every opinion. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who listen to everyone else. They're the ones who trust their own instincts and stay focused on their own path. And so can you. Number 3, work on your dreams daily and never look back. To work on your dreams daily is not just a choice. It's a commitment. Your dreams are your future. But if you don't take consistent, focused action today, tomorrow will look no different. You can't afford to wait for the right moment, because that moment is right now. Progress doesn't come from wishing, waiting, or hoping. It comes from doing. Every single day you must put in the work. No matter how small the steps seem, it all adds up. This idea of working on your dreams daily isn't about grand gestures or huge milestones right away. It's about the small, consistent actions that move you forward, no matter how slow the progress may feel at times. It's not about perfection, it's about effort. And when you show up every day with effort, even when it's hard, even when it feels like you're not getting closer, you are still making progress. The key is to keep going. You might ask yourself, why do I need to work on my dreams every single day? The answer is simple. If you don't make your dreams a priority today, they'll fade into the background of your life tomorrow. Time doesn't wait for anyone. You can't afford to procrastinate or wait for motivation to hit you. Dreams don't work themselves out. It's easy to get caught up in the distractions and noise of everyday life. It's easy to lose sight of what truly matters when there's so much happening around you. But if you want to see the life you've imagined for yourself, you have to make time for it. Every single day. I've seen so many people start strong, full of enthusiasm, only to burn out because they lose sight of the daily work required. They set big goals but never break them down into manageable steps. They want success without doing the work. That's where many fail. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of the work you put in consistently over time. Don't expect to build a solid foundation without putting in the hours. Every task, every effort, every moment you spend working toward your dream counts. It's in the quiet hours, the early mornings, the late nights, and the moments when nobody is watching that your success is being built. You need to cultivate the discipline to work on your dreams, even when things aren't going as planned. There will be setbacks. There will be moments of doubt. There will be days when the dream feels distant or unattainable. But let me tell you something. Those are the exact moments when you need to keep pushing, when you need to remind yourself why you started in the first place. When you feel like giving up is when you have to dig deeper, push harder, and stay focused on your goal. Many people give up on their dreams because they expect quick results. They think if they work hard for a short time, the dream will materialize. But that's not how it works. You have to put in the work every single day, even when it feels like it's not making a difference. Trust me, the effort you put in today will pay off down the road, but you can't quit halfway. Your dreams are worth every bit of effort you invest in them, and you won't see the full reward until you've been persistent and consistent over time. Remember this: success is a long journey, not a quick destination. The more consistent you are in your efforts, the more results you will see. There's no secret to success. It's just hard work, focus, and dedication. That's it. The people who succeed are the ones who are willing to keep going when everyone else stops. They are the ones who do what needs to be done day in and day out, even when it seems like nothing is changing. Don't look for shortcuts. You can't build your dream life by skipping steps or hoping for a miracle. You must stay committed to the process. That means no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many obstacles you face, you keep working on your dream every day. And when you do this, something amazing happens. Your dream starts to come alive. It starts to become real. Piece by piece, day by day. When you work on your dreams every day, it becomes more than just a goal. It becomes your lifestyle. Your habits and routines shift. You start to think differently, act differently, and prioritize differently. Your dream moves from being a distant thought to becoming something tangible and within your reach. Your mindset begins to change as you see the value in daily effort. It's no longer about waiting for things to fall into place. It's about taking control of the process and making things happen. But don't think for a second that it's going to be easy. Working on your dreams daily means sacrificing other things. It means saying no to distractions and temptations that will pull you away from what really matters. It means creating time for what's important, even when life is busy and chaotic. It means waking up early to get things done, staying up late when necessary, and putting in the hours, even when you're exhausted. There will be days when it feels impossible. There will be moments when you question if it's worth it, but you can't let those moments define your journey. You have to push through them, because every small step counts. You must develop the mentality that working on your dreams daily is non-negotiable. This is not a side project. This is not something you can put off until tomorrow. This is your life. Every day you work on your dream brings you closer to the person you want to become. Every action, no matter how small, brings you one step closer to the life you've always dreamed of. The truth is, if you don't work on your dreams daily, someone else will. Other people will take the opportunities you passed up, and they will build the life you've been waiting to create. You have to decide, do you want to be the person who looks back and regret, wishing you had worked harder and taken more action? Or do you want to be the person who looks back with pride, knowing you gave everything you had and made your dreams come true? It all comes down to consistency. It's not about being perfect. It's not about having it all figured out. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and never looking back. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and keep moving forward. Your dreams are waiting for you, but they won't come to you on their own. You have to go after them with everything you've got. And when you do, you'll realize that working on your dreams daily isn't just about reaching a destination. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be. Number 4. Cut toxic people and surround yourself with real winners. One of the most important decisions you'll ever make in your life is the people you choose to surround yourself with. It's not just about who you spend time with. It's about who you allow to influence your thoughts, your actions, and your future. You see, not everyone you know is meant to go with you to the next level. There are some people who will help you grow, challenge you, and encourage you to reach higher. And then there are those who will hold you back, drain your energy, and keep you stuck. If you want to make a real change in your life, you need to cut out the toxic people and start surrounding yourself with real winners. The truth is, the people around you shape your life. They affect how you see yourself, how you see the world, and how you approach challenges. If you're around people who are negative, who are always complaining, who are settling for mediocrity, that energy will rub off on you. And before you know it, you'll find yourself thinking the same way. The good news is, the opposite is true as well. When you surround yourself with people who are driven, who have big goals, who are constantly growing and evolving, their mindset will inspire and motivate you to do the same. I'm not saying you should cut everyone out of your life, but you need to be intentional about who you let into your circle. You must recognize the difference between people who are supporting you and people who are holding you back. Some people will try to pull you down because they are afraid of seeing you succeed. They'll make excuses for why things can't be done. They'll tell you why you're not good enough, or why it's too risky to go after your dreams. These are the toxic people you need to let go of. When you cut out toxic people, you're making space for growth. You're making space for new, healthier relationships that will help elevate you. The challenge is, it's not always easy to let go of people. Sometimes toxic people are family members, old friends, or people you've been close to for a long time. But you have to ask yourself, do you want to stay stuck in the same place, or do you want to move forward and reach your potential? If someone is constantly bringing negativity into your life, if they're not helping you grow, then it's time to set boundaries or even walk away. Cutting toxic people out doesn't mean you have to be harsh or rude. It just means you're being clear about what you need in your life. You don't owe anyone your energy or time if they are draining it from you. You owe it to yourself to protect your peace, your goals, and your vision for your future. Once you start to surround yourself with the right people, people who challenge you, support you, and push you to become better, you'll start to see a shift in your mindset. You'll start to believe in your own potential and take action toward your goals like never before. Now let's talk about what it means to surround yourself with real winners. Real winners are people who are focused on growth. They don't make excuses. They don't complain about their circumstances. They take responsibility for their lives and they go after what they want with everything they've got. Winners understand that success doesn't come easy, but they're willing to put in the work. They know that failure is a part of the process and they learn from it. Real winners don't waste time blaming others or making excuses. They look at their own lives and figure out what they can do better. When you surround yourself with real winners, you'll start to think differently. You'll start to believe that anything is possible for you too. Winners will encourage you to dream bigger, think bigger, and take bigger actions. They'll push you out of your comfort zone and help you realize your true potential. They will challenge you in ways that will make you grow and force you to step up. And the best part is, they'll be there for you when you fall. Winners don't just celebrate success. They help each other up when things get tough. The people you surround yourself with have the power to either limit your growth or push you forward. Think about it. When you're around people who are constantly striving for more, who are constantly looking for ways to improve, you'll naturally start to adopt those same behaviors. You'll start setting higher standards for yourself. You'll push yourself harder, work smarter, and refuse to settle for anything less than what you deserve. But let's be clear, surrounding yourself with winners doesn't mean surrounding yourself with people who have it all together. Real winners don't pretend to be perfect. They know that success isn't a straight line. They understand that it takes time, effort, and persistence to achieve big goals. They don't judge you when you fail. They support you and help you get back on track. They lift you up instead of tearing you down. The key here is that winners bring out the best in each other. When you're surrounded by people who are genuinely interested in your success, they will provide valuable advice, honest feedback, and support. They will hold you accountable to your dreams and help you stay focused on what matters. But more importantly, they'll inspire you to stay the course, even when things get tough. Because winners know that setbacks are not the end. They are just part of the journey. You need to find people who will challenge you to be better, not people who will let you stay comfortable and stuck. Look for people who inspire you, people who make you feel like you can achieve your biggest goals. They will help you grow in ways that you never thought possible. Winners want to see you win. And when you're around winners, you'll start to believe that winning is not just for them, it's for you too. The more you surround yourself with real winners, the more you'll realize that you're capable of more than you ever thought possible. They'll show you what's possible when you stay committed, when you push through the hard times, and when you refuse to give up. They'll remind you that success is not just about talent. It's about mindset, persistence, and determination. And when you start adopting that mindset, everything changes. You stop settling for average. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You start taking action and making things happen. Number 5. Stop chasing approval and focus on your own success. We live in a world that constantly tells us to seek approval, from social media to our workplaces to the circles we move in. There's this constant pressure to seek validation from others. But here's the truth. Chasing approval will always leave you empty. It will drain your energy, cloud your judgment, and hold you back from reaching your true potential. If you want to live a life of success and fulfillment, you need to stop seeking approval and start focusing on your own path, your own success, and your own growth. Think about it. How many times have you held back from taking action because you were worried about what others would think? How many times have you compromised on your own desires, dreams, or values just to get the nod of approval from someone else? It's an endless cycle that doesn't serve you in the long run. The truth is, the more you chase the approval of others, the further you move away from your own truth and potential. Success isn't about meeting someone else's expectations. It's about staying true to your own vision, making choices based on what matters to you, and having the courage to follow through, regardless of what others think. When you stop seeking approval, you free yourself. You free your mind, your emotions, and your energy to focus on what you truly want to accomplish in this life. You see, every successful person, every person who's made a difference, has been someone who focused on their own journey instead of constantly looking to others for approval. Think about the great innovators, entrepreneurs, and creators throughout history. They didn't seek permission. They didn't wait for others to tell them they were worthy. They trusted in their own vision, followed their intuition, and had the courage to pursue what they believed in, even when others doubted them. You have to be willing to walk that same path. You have to stop waiting for others to give you permission to succeed. You have to stop looking for validation in places that don't matter. The only person whose approval matters is yours. You are the one who decides whether or not you are successful. You are the one who decides if your life has meaning. When you start focusing on your own success, when you start putting your energy into your own growth, that's when you start living a life of fulfillment and purpose. So how do you stop chasing approval? The first step is to stop caring about what people think. It sounds simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Once you stop worrying about how others perceive you, you become free to pursue your goals without fear. You become free to take risks and step outside your comfort zone. You stop being paralyzed by the fear of failure or rejection, and you start focusing on what matters most, your success. This doesn't mean you should completely ignore feedback or criticism. There is value in constructive feedback from people who care about your growth. But there's a big difference between seeking approval and seeking advice. Seeking advice means you're open to learning and improving. Seeking approval means you're only doing things to please others and gain their approval. Understand the difference and make sure you're focused on learning and growing, not on pleasing people. The next step is to be clear on what you want. This is where many people get lost. They don't even know what they want because they've spent so much time trying to please others. If you want to stop chasing approval, you have to get clear on your own vision. What do you want to achieve? What kind of person do you want to become? What are your values? Your goals need to be grounded in your own desires, not in the expectations of others. Once you have clarity on what you want, take action. Don't wait for the perfect moment, the perfect validation, or the perfect circumstances. Start where you are and move forward. Every action you take toward your goals is an affirmation that you trust in yourself. Every step you take is a declaration that you believe in your vision and are willing to work for it, no matter who approves or disapproves. Another important step in this process is learning to trust your instincts. Often, we seek approval from others because we're uncertain about our decisions. We doubt ourselves, and we look for reassurance from the people around us. But if you want to succeed, you have to trust that the decisions you make are the right ones for you. Your intuition is a powerful tool. It will guide you in the right direction if you're willing to listen to it. Stop second-guessing yourself. Trust your instincts and move forward with confidence. You also need to understand that not everyone will support you, and that's okay. The people who are meant for your journey will support you, and the others will fade away. Not everyone will agree with your choices, but that doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means that you're not living your life for them. You're living your life for you. The sooner you accept that not everyone is going to like what you do, the easier it becomes to focus on your own success without seeking approval. Focus on the progress you're making, not on how others perceive you. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small, because they are a reflection of your effort and commitment. Every step forward, every piece of progress, is a sign that you're on the right path. Don't compare yourself to others. Your journey is unique, and your progress is yours alone. When you focus on your own success, you create your own momentum. You become your own source of motivation. Remember, the road to success is never easy. There will be setbacks, obstacles, and challenges along the way. But those are all part of the process. You're going to stumble, you're going to make mistakes. But you can't let the fear of failure or the need for approval stop you from moving forward. Every successful person has faced adversity, but they kept going. They didn't stop. They didn't wait for approval. They kept working on their dreams every single day, no matter what anyone else thought. Number 6, master your time and never let distractions control you. Time is one of the most valuable resources you have. You can make more money, you can buy more things, but once time is gone, it's gone forever. It's up to you to decide how you're going to use it. The key to success in any area of life is mastering your time. You can't afford to let distractions control you. The more you let your time slip away, the less you have to achieve your goals and build the life you desire. If you want to succeed, you have to treat your time as precious. Every minute you waste is a minute you can never get back. If you think you have time to spare, think again. Time waits for no one. The people who succeed in life are the ones who take control of their time, who stay focused on their goals, and who understand the true value of every moment. So how do you master your time? It starts with understanding that time is a limited resource. You have 24 hours in a day, just like everyone else. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is how they use those 24 hours. Successful people don't waste time. They know exactly where their time is going and how they can use it most effectively. They plan, they prioritize, and they execute. The first step in mastering your time is setting clear priorities. Without clear priorities, your time will be scattered. You'll be pulled in 1,000 different directions and end up accomplishing very little. When you don't know what's important, it's easy to waste time on things that don't matter. You have to decide what truly matters to you. What are your top goals? What are the most important things you need to focus on right now to move forward in your life? Once you've identified your priorities, it's time to create a schedule that reflects them. A schedule is like a blueprint for your day. It helps you make sure that the most important things get done and that you're using your time efficiently. If you're not scheduling your time, it's easy to let distractions take over. You'll find yourself doing things that are comfortable, but not necessarily productive. You'll waste time on things that don't move you closer to your goals. A well-thought-out schedule helps you stay on track and avoid getting sidetracked by distractions. Another critical element of mastering your time is learning to say no. You can't say yes to everything. You have to be selective about what you commit to. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. If you say yes to every meeting, every phone call, every request, you're giving away your time to others. You're letting their priorities take precedence over your own. Saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you focused. You have to be willing to protect your time and not let anyone else dictate how you spend it. Distractions are one of the biggest threats to mastering your time. In today's world, distractions are everywhere: social media, emails, phone notifications. These things are designed to pull your attention away from what matters. They interrupt your focus and steal your time. If you want to be successful, you need to eliminate or minimize distractions. That might mean turning off notifications, setting boundaries with people, or creating a dedicated workspace where you can focus without interruptions. But distractions aren't just external, they can also come from your own mind. Thoughts like "I'll do it tomorrow," or "it's not that important," can prevent you from staying focused. Procrastination is a form of distraction, and it's a killer of productivity. The best way to deal with distractions is to recognize them as soon as they arise and take immediate action. When you feel the urge to check your phone or get distracted, remind yourself of your goals and the importance of staying focused. When you stay disciplined and keep moving forward, you'll find that distractions lose their power. One of the best strategies for mastering your time is to break your day into focused work periods. This technique is known as time blocking. Instead of trying to work on something for hours at a time, break it down into manageable chunks. For example, you might work for 45 minutes straight, followed by a 15-minute break. During your work period, stay completely focused on the task at hand. No checking your email, no scrolling through social media, just pure focused work. Then when your break comes, step away from your work and recharge. This method keeps you energized, helps you stay focused, and prevents burnout. Another important part of mastering your time is developing a strong sense of urgency. Many people are distracted because they lack a sense of urgency. They think they have all the time in the world, so they procrastinate and delay their actions. But the truth is, you don't have time to waste. Every day is an opportunity to move closer to your goals, and the more urgency you have, the faster you'll make progress. Set deadlines for yourself, create a sense of accountability, and push yourself to take action now, not later. Time is too precious to be spent on procrastination. Mastering your time also means knowing when to rest. Many people think that in order to be productive, they have to work non-stop. But rest is just as important as work. When you're well rested, you're more focused, more energized, and more productive. So don't neglect your health and well-being. Make sure to get enough sleep, take breaks throughout the day, and make time for activities that help you recharge. When you take care of yourself, you're better equipped to take on the challenges of the day and make the most of your time. Time management isn't about being busy all the time, it's about being productive. It's about using your time in a way that moves you closer to your goals, not just filling your day with activity. The key to mastering your time is intentionality. Be intentional with how you spend your time. Be intentional with your priorities. Be intentional with your focus. When you live with intention, you create a life that is meaningful and productive. Number 7. Decide what you want and commit with full intensity. Decide what you want. This may sound obvious, but many people spend years, sometimes even decades, without ever truly deciding what they want from life. They go through the motions, hoping for something good to happen, but never committing fully to a specific goal or direction. The process of deciding what you want isn't just about picking a random goal, it's about making a clear, intentional choice. You need to decide with your mind, your heart, and your actions. It's not enough to think about what you want or wish for it. You have to make it clear in your mind what you want and then commit to it with absolute intensity. The intensity of your commitment will determine the level of success you will experience. Commitment is the fuel that drives action. Without commitment, your goals are just wishes. You might think about them occasionally, but you'll never put in the work that's required to make them a reality. When you commit fully to something, you remove the option of failure. You don't just try, you do. You stop giving yourself an out, stop letting the fear of failure control you, and stop relying on other people or circumstances to make it happen. You take ownership of the decision and move forward with determination. The key to commitment is that it's not just about motivation. Motivation can be fleeting. One day you might feel excited, the next day you may not feel like doing anything. The real power lies in your commitment. Motivation comes and goes, but commitment is constant. It's a promise you make to yourself to keep going. no matter what, even when things are tough, when obstacles arise or when doubt creeps in. Your commitment keeps you grounded and focused. The first thing you need to do is get clear on exactly what you want. Don't settle for vague ideas or unclear goals. Your goal needs to be specific, measurable, and meaningful. Don't just say, "I want to be successful." What does success mean to you? What specific area of your life do you want to improve or achieve in, whether it's career, relationships, personal growth, or financial freedom? Get clear about what you want. Break it down into smaller, manageable pieces and outline the steps you need to take to get there. Now, once you've decided, the real work begins. There will always be distractions. People, situations, and even your own mind will try to lead you off course. The key to success is staying focused on what you want. Commit to your goal with full intensity and make it a priority every single day. Set aside time each day to work toward that goal, no matter what else is happening in your life. Every day you work toward it, you get one step closer to making it a reality. The intensity of your commitment is what will separate you from others who merely dream of success. When you commit with intensity, you stop making excuses. You don't allow yourself to get sidetracked by the small distractions that come up every day. You don't let fear or uncertainty stop you. You push forward, even when the road gets rough. You keep your eye on the prize and keep taking action. It's important to recognize that the path to achieving your goals won't always be easy. There will be challenges, setbacks, and moments of self-doubt, but your intensity of commitment is what will keep you moving forward. Even when things seem impossible, your unwavering dedication will carry you through. The key is to never lose sight of the bigger picture. When you commit with intensity, you are telling yourself that no matter what happens, you will keep going. This commitment doesn't just apply to the big long-term goals. It applies to every step along the way. You have to commit to the process, not just the end result. Achieving your goal is a journey, not a destination. You can't afford to wait until everything is perfect before you start. Commit to the daily work, the small actions, and the progress you make each day. Your goal isn't just something you achieve someday. It's something you live for every day. When you decide what you want, you're not just setting a goal, you're creating a vision for your future. This vision gives you a sense of purpose and direction. It helps you stay motivated, even when things get tough. You know exactly where you're going, and that clarity gives you the strength to keep going when the going gets hard. Your vision keeps you focused and energized. Once you've decided what you want and committed to it, you need to develop the discipline to stay on track. Discipline is the daily practice of doing what you need to do, whether you feel like it or not. It's easy to get excited about a goal at the start, but the true test comes when the excitement fades and the work gets hard. Discipline is what keeps you consistent. It's what helps you keep pushing when things aren't going as planned. It's about making the decision every day over and over again to show up and do the work. As you begin to take action, you'll encounter roadblocks and setbacks. Life has a way of testing your commitment. It's during these tough times that you must remind yourself of why you decided what you want in the first place. Remember why it matters. Remember what's at stake. When you remind yourself of your why, it will reignite the fire of your commitment. This journey will require you to grow and evolve. You will face challenges that force you to become stronger, smarter, and more resilient. And that's okay. It's part of the process. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity for you to learn and improve. Commit to learning from your mistakes, to developing new skills, and to becoming the person you need to be in order to reach your goal. Your commitment will shape who you are as much as it shapes the life you're building. One of the most powerful aspects of committing to something is the change it can bring to your mindset. When you fully commit to your goal, you start thinking differently. You start thinking like someone who is already successful. You make decisions with confidence, take actions without hesitation, and view challenges as opportunities. This shift in mindset is one of the most important results of making a full commitment. You must stay focused and take responsibility for your actions. The results you see will be a reflection of your commitment. If you've truly decided what you want, and if you commit to it with everything you have, you will achieve it. Your intensity will carry you through the tough times and the struggles, and it will ultimately lead you to the success you desire. Commitment is not a one-time decision. It's a daily choice. Each day you must recommit to your goal and take action. And when you do, you'll realize something important. You have the power to make your dreams a reality. You just have to decide and commit with full intensity. That's how you get from where you are now to where you want to be. It's all in your hands. The power of decision and commitment is the foundation of your success. Now go ahead, make your decision and go after it with everything you've got.
Number 8. Destroy bad habits and build a powerful daily routine. Bad habits are the silent killers of success. They creep into our lives gradually, and before we know it, they have taken root, undermining our progress and keeping us stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. We all have habits, good ones and bad ones. The key to achieving real success lies in the ability to identify the bad ones and replace them with habits that fuel growth, productivity, and excellence. To make lasting change in your life, you must start by acknowledging that your habits are shaping your future. The reality is, the person you are today is a direct result of the habits you formed over the years. If you want to transform your life, you need to transform your daily routine. This is the foundation of any lasting change. Without a solid routine, you're at the mercy of your circumstances, your emotions, and the distractions of the world around you. First, recognize that breaking bad habits is not easy. It's not something that happens overnight, and it's not something you can just wish away. Changing habits takes time, discipline, and focus. You have to be committed to doing the work. But the good news is, it's entirely possible. In fact, it's one of the most empowering things you can do. Once you break free from the negative habits that hold you back, you'll experience a level of freedom and control that you've never known before. The first step in breaking a bad habit is identifying it. Take an honest look at your daily life and ask yourself, what are the habits that are sabotaging my success? Maybe it's procrastination, maybe it's staying up too late, or maybe it's constantly giving in to distractions. Whatever it is, identify the habits that are keeping you from becoming the person you want to be. This is the critical first step. Once you've identified your bad habits, the next step is to replace them with positive habits. Good habits don't just happen, they are built over time with consistency and commitment. The key here is to start small. Trying to overhaul your entire life all at once is overwhelming, and it's a recipe for failure. Instead, focus on one habit at a time. Start by identifying the habit you want to change and replace it with something better. For example, if you struggle with procrastination, you might replace that habit with a routine of setting aside 30 minutes each day to work on your most important task. If you tend to waste time scrolling through social media, replace that habit with reading for 30 minutes every morning. The goal is to replace the bad habit with a positive action that moves you closer to your goals. Building a powerful daily routine is essential for success. A routine is a way to structure your day in a way that supports your goals and keeps you on track. A successful person doesn't just react to the day as it comes, they have a plan. They have specific actions they take every day to move forward. A powerful daily routine sets the tone for your day and helps you stay focused on what truly matters. Start by planning your morning. The way you start your day will set the tone for everything that follows. If you begin your day by hitting the snooze button and rushing through your morning routine, you're setting yourself up for a day of stress and overwhelm. But if you begin your day with intention, you'll have a sense of control that will carry you through the rest of the day. A successful morning routine might include waking up early, exercising, reading, or journaling. These activities help you start your day with focus and energy. They give you a sense of accomplishment and set you up for success. Choose the activities that work best for you, but make sure your morning routine is something that energizes you and prepares you for the challenges of the day. In addition to your morning routine, you need to establish routines for other key parts of your day. For example, what do you do when you get to work? Do you dive into the most important tasks first, or do you spend time on trivial things? A powerful daily routine includes prioritizing your most important tasks early in the day, before the distractions of the world take over. It's about taking control of your time and ensuring that you're working on the things that matter most. Another key part of building a powerful routine is consistency.
It's not enough to have a good routine for one day or even 1 week. To create lasting change, you need to stick to your routine day after day. The power of consistency cannot be overstated. When you commit to a routine and stick with it, you begin to build momentum. The more you practice your positive habits, the more automatic they become. Eventually, they become a natural part of your day, and they propel you toward your goals without much effort. However, consistency doesn't mean perfection. There will be days when things don't go as planned. Life happens, and there will be setbacks. But the key is to not let those setbacks derail you. When you miss a workout or fail to accomplish a task, don't beat yourself up. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and get back on track. The goal is not perfection but progress. In addition to consistency, your daily routine must be aligned with your goals. It's not just about doing something every day. It's about doing the right things. Your routine should be a reflection of the person you want to become. Every action you take should be intentional and focused on moving you closer to your vision. If your current routine isn't helping you achieve your goals, it's time to make changes. Reevaluate what you're doing and ask yourself, is this helping me get closer to my dream life? You should also regularly review your routine to ensure that it continues to serve your goals. As you grow and evolve, your routine should evolve with you. It's important to be flexible and willing to make adjustments as needed. This doesn't mean abandoning your routine at the first sign of trouble, but it does mean being open to making improvements and fine-tuning your habits. Another powerful tool for breaking bad habits and building a routine is accountability. Share your goals and your routine with someone you trust, and ask them to hold you accountable. This could be a mentor, a friend, or even a group of like-minded individuals. Accountability keeps you on track and helps you stay committed to your routine, even when things get tough.
Number 9. Silence the noise and focus on your true priorities. In today's world, it feels like there's always something demanding your attention. You wake up to messages, emails, phone calls, notifications, and the constant hum of social media. It's easy to get distracted by all the noise around you. The pressure to respond to everyone, stay updated on everything, and keep up with the world's pace can feel overwhelming. But here's the truth. The more you allow these distractions to control you, the further you move away from your true priorities. Focus is the one thing that separates those who achieve their goals from those who just wish for them. The ability to silence the noise around you and zero in on what truly matters is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. The world is full of distractions, but you have to learn how to tune them out if you want to succeed. Your time and energy are limited resources. Every moment spent on something that doesn't align with your true priorities is a moment you'll never get back. Think about it. Every time you stop to check your phone or respond to a message, you're giving away precious time that could be spent on tasks that move you closer to your goals. Every time you let yourself get distracted by a news story, an irrelevant conversation, or someone else's drama, you're taking your focus away from the things that matter most to you. But how do you silence the noise and stay focused? The first step is to become intentional about how you spend your time. If you're serious about your goals, you can't afford to let distractions dictate your day. You have to decide in advance what you want to focus on and what you're willing to ignore. This means setting boundaries for yourself and others. If something isn't contributing to your growth, it doesn't deserve your attention. Start by identifying your true priorities. What are the things that matter most to you? What are the goals that you're committed to achieving? These are the things you need to focus on. Once you've identified your priorities, guard them fiercely. Protect your time and energy as though they are the most valuable resources you have, because they are. Now, it's important to realize that focusing on your priorities doesn't mean you have to eliminate everything else from your life. It's about creating space for the things that matter. If you have relationships that are important to you, spend quality time with those people. If your health is a priority, carve out time in your day to exercise and take care of your body. But you also need to be honest with yourself about the things that are draining your energy without adding any value to your life. This is where you have to get ruthless. Stop wasting time on things that don't align with your goals. If you're spending hours scrolling through social media or watching TV shows that don't contribute to your personal growth, it's time to make a change. Cut back on the things that are stealing your focus and start prioritizing the things that are moving you forward. Another key aspect of silencing the noise
is learning how to manage your environment. The people you surround yourself with, the information you consume, and the places you spend your time all have a significant impact on your ability to stay focused. If you're constantly around negative people or environments that distract you, it will be much harder to stay on track. It's essential to create an environment that supports your goals. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, and who help you stay focused on what's important. In addition to managing your environment, you also need to be mindful of what you consume. The information you take in shapes your mindset and influences your actions. If you're constantly consuming content that doesn't serve your purpose, it can cloud your judgment and distract you from what truly matters. Instead of filling your mind with irrelevant news and endless distractions, choose to consume content that helps you grow. Read books that inspire you, listen to podcasts that motivate you, and spend time with people who push you to be better. One of the most powerful ways to silence the noise is through daily practices that help you stay focused. Start your day with intention. When you wake up, take a moment to reflect on your priorities and set your goals for the day. This simple act of intention can set the tone for the rest of your day. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of the day and let distractions take over, but if you start with a clear sense of purpose, it's much easier to stay on track. Meditation and mindfulness can also be incredibly helpful in silencing the noise. These practices allow you to clear your mind, focus on the present moment, and block out distractions. Even just a few minutes of quiet reflection can help you reset your mind and refocus on your priorities. Another essential tool for staying focused is time management. When you're clear on your priorities and you know how to manage your time effectively, distractions become less of an issue. Break your day into blocks of time dedicated to specific tasks, and stay committed to completing those tasks during their designated time. When you focus on one thing at a time, it's easier to shut out distractions and stay on track. But the most powerful way to silence the noise and focus on your priorities is to develop the discipline to say no. You can't say yes to everything without sacrificing the things that matter most to you. Saying no doesn't mean being rude or selfish. It means protecting your time, energy, and focus. It means making the tough decision to turn down opportunities or distractions that don't align with your goals. It's about understanding that every yes you say to something unimportant is a no to something that could move you closer to your dreams. When you focus on what really matters to you, everything else falls into place. You stop wasting time on things that don't bring you closer to your goals, and you start making progress toward the life you want to create. This is the power of focus. The more you focus on your true priorities, the more you'll achieve, the more you'll grow, and the more fulfilled you'll feel. So ask yourself, are you spending your time on things that align with your goals, or are you letting the noise of the world dictate your actions? If you want to achieve anything worthwhile, you have to make the conscious decision to focus on what matters and ignore the rest. It's your life, and you get to decide where to direct your energy. Focus on your priorities, silence the distractions, and watch as you begin to make real progress.
Number 10. Make every action count and never settle for average. Every day we are given 24 hours. That's the same amount of time everyone gets. No more, no less. The difference between the people who succeed and those who don't isn't the amount of time they have, but how they choose to use that time. Some people waste it. Some people squander it on distractions, procrastination, or unnecessary activities. But the people who achieve greatness make every action count. They understand that time is their most valuable resource, and they use it wisely. So let me ask you a question. What are you doing with your time? Are you making every action count? Or are you just going through the motions, hoping that somehow things will work out? If you're truly committed to reaching your goals, you have to start looking at every single action you take with purpose. Each task you complete, each decision you make, should bring you closer to the life you want to live. When you're focused on making every action count, you stop wasting time on things that don't matter. You stop getting caught up in meaningless tasks, and you start taking consistent, meaningful steps toward your success. Making every action count doesn't mean that you have to take giant leaps every day. It's not about doing something big and extraordinary every single minute of the day. Instead, it's about making small, intentional actions that lead to bigger results over time. Success isn't built overnight, but with every action you take,
You're stacking one brick on top of another. Every time you focus on what truly matters, you move closer to your goals, one step at a time. Think about it. How many times have you found yourself going through the motions, doing things that didn't really contribute to your growth or success? How many times have you found yourself completing tasks just to feel busy, but never actually making progress? We've all been there. It's easy to get distracted, to think that you're being productive when in reality, you're just spinning your wheels. To make every action count, you need to start being intentional. Ask yourself, will this action move me closer to my goals? If the answer is no, then it's time to reconsider whether it's worth your time. One of the most important things you can do is eliminate the distractions that are keeping you from focusing on what truly matters. Cut out the time-wasting activities, whether it's mindlessly scrolling through social media, watching TV shows that don't add any value to your life, or engaging in conversations that don't align with your purpose. You'll be amazed at how much more time and energy you have when you stop allowing these distractions to take up space in your life. Now let's talk about setting clear goals. If you want to make every action count, you need to have clarity on what you're working toward. Without clear goals, it's easy to get lost in the noise. It's easy to start moving in 1,000 different directions without ever getting anywhere. When you know what you want, every action you take can be aligned with that goal. You'll know exactly where to focus your energy, and you'll stop wasting time on things that don't matter. But setting goals is just the first step. The real challenge comes in the follow-through. This is where most people fall short. They set big, exciting goals, but then they don't take consistent action toward them. They get discouraged when things don't happen as quickly as they'd like, or they lose momentum when faced with obstacles. The key to making every action count is persistence. It's about continuing to take action every single day, even when it feels like you're not seeing the results right away. It's about trusting the process and knowing that every small step forward is getting you closer to your destination. One of the reasons why people settle for average is because they don't realize the power of consistency. They think that they need to make huge changes or take big risks to achieve success, but in reality, it's the small, consistent actions that create real momentum. The people who achieve greatness don't wait for the perfect moment. They don't wait for the stars to align or for the right conditions to come along. They simply take action, day in and day out, and they make those actions count. But here's the thing, when you make every action count, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. You don't have to be perfect to succeed. In fact, trying to be perfect can often hold you back. Perfectionism leads to procrastination because you're constantly waiting for the right moment or the right conditions. But the truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is only now. And the best time to start making every action count is today. So don't wait for everything to be perfect. Don't wait until you feel ready or until you have all the answers. Just start. Start making every action count, even if it's a small step forward. Every small action you take will add up over time. And when you look back months or years from now, you'll be amazed at how far you've come. Another important factor in making every action count is maintaining a mindset of excellence. Don't settle for average. Don't settle for doing the bare minimum. When you do something, do it with your best effort. Whether it's a task at work, a project, or a personal goal, approach it with excellence. It's this commitment to doing your best in everything you do that separates those who reach their goals from those who don't. Excellence is a habit, not an accident. It's the daily commitment to doing things well, to pushing yourself just a little further, and to striving for improvement in everything you do. And when you make excellence your standard, you'll start to notice that your actions are aligned with success. You won't be content with mediocrity, and you'll constantly be looking for ways to improve. You see, settling for average is a choice. It's a choice to accept less than what you're capable of. But when you decide that you won't settle for average, you start to hold yourself to a higher standard. You start to expect more from yourself, and you take actions that reflect your highest potential. It's easy to get comfortable. It's easy to fall into a routine and just do enough to get by. But if you want to achieve greatness, you have to step out of that comfort zone. You have to challenge yourself to do more, to push yourself further, and to make every action count. Here's the thing, you have the ability to accomplish amazing things. You have the power to achieve your goals and live the life you want. But it all comes down to how you choose to spend your time. Are you going to continue to let distractions and mediocrity hold you back? Or are you going to take control, make every action count, and never settle for average? The choice is yours. So choose wisely. Choose to take action, choose to pursue excellence, and choose to make every moment of your life count. Because in the end, it's not about how many hours you have, it's about what you do with the time you've been given. Don't waste it. Make every action count.